You know, learning another language is a lot like entering a new house.
In the dark.
Huh? Where am I?
There's couches, there's chairs, but you don't know where any of these things are. So I want to show you 3 aspects of American English that exist, but that also you may have never actually noticed.
Pitch? What's that?
Pitch is kind of like that keyboard that you saw. There are
Low pitches.
and there's
High pitches.
and American English needs to use all of them. However, if you're just focused on basic pronunciation, you may not even notice the pitch. But one thing that you're going to see is that even if you have a high-pitched voice, there are people in American English who may be able to hit higher pitches than you.
It isn't necessarily worth listening to, but some of them, if enough people are saying it, let's see if there's a way on this next segment.
Conversely, even if you have a low-pitched voice, there's a great chance that there's actually, for instance, female speakers of American English who actually go lower in pitch than you do.
On Tuesdays we do this, and on Thursdays we do this, and then we're really content with this schedule and this routine.
So how can you study pitch? Well, there's a couple options. We have a pitch workshop, which looks at 9 of the most common patterns that native speakers use. But if you just want a quick practice for pitch, one thing you can do is to just practice a basic scale. See if you can do this with me. Let's use the word this. We're going to go down 5 times. This, 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 this. Can you take that back up? This, 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 this. Now see if you can go up 5 times. This, 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 this. Maybe you can even take it 5 higher. This, 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 this. And then take it back to your midpoint. This, 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 this. By practicing those skills, you're helping to expand your pitch range. One thing you want to be careful of in American English is make sure you have enough use of pitch, because this is how we separate words. If you don't use enough pitch in your speech, what can happen is people have a really hard time understanding you because they don't know where one word ends and they don't know where one word starts. This is an example sentence without much pitch. This is an example sentence with much more pitch.
Reductions.
Reductions are times when speech becomes faster and sounds become weaker because they're not important. You're probably already familiar with a lot of reductions in American English. Want to, wanna, let me, but there's also many common things that are happening in normal sentences where the native speakers are using reductions that you may not even be catching.
What do you do? What do you do? How have you been able to?
I don't even know.
These are all just basic examples of reductions that you'll often hear in American English. So what can you do? One of my biggest suggestions is to practice shadowing. This is when you listen to a native speaker talk and then you immediately repeat what they say. In fact, we have a whole channel dedicated just to shadowing. When you're shadowing, it's very tempting to want to look at a transcript. Or when you're watching movies, you want to look at a transcript. Or you're watching a YouTube video. You may even be watching the subtitles on this video right now. But this can actually hurt your listening, because when you see a subtitle, you see the full words written out. So instead of actually paying attention to the sounds, you imagine you're hearing the full word. But when you listen to native speakers talk, one of the things you'll notice is that the sounds are completely different than the actual word looks like when it's written. For instance, a sentence like, wouldn't you like to know, very often sounds like, wouldn't you like to know? But if you just look at the transcript, you would have no idea that wouldn't you very often sounds like wouldn't you. You may have also noticed things that happen with the letter T. So for instance, like to know very often sounds more like the know.
What's this? Vowels?
The reality is new languages have sounds that you have never heard before. So your brain tries to connect them with what feels familiar to you. So a word like sit can become seat, or a word like low can sound very similar to law to you. However, in American English, these are huge differences. If you say an E sound when you need to use an I sound, or if you say an A sound when you need to use an sound, there is a chance that your listener isn't going to understand you. Unfortunately, American English is really focused on vowel sounds, and English has a lot of vowel sounds. Sit, seat, his, he's, lock, luck, bog, bug, man, men, sand, send, boat, bought, clothes, clause, sail, sell, pain, pen. So as you can see, American English has lots of things happening that you may not even notice as you stumble in the dark. But one of the biggest things to sound natural in American English is making sure you have enough breath flowing through your speech.
Yeah. This is just my living room?